Yes, ladies, that is his real tongue. And yes, he has been known to go down to the dark side, if you know what I mean, wink wink. We can only strive to be more like Jar Jar himself. The dude almost wrecked an entire droid army without even lifting a lightsaber. Palpatine should count his blessings as he didn't have to face him in his absolute prime. And yes, I completely agree, Jar Jar deserves his own spin-off video game. Matter of fact, just give him his own origin story movie. We really need to know how Jar Jar became an absolute beast, and that way we can actually follow in his footsteps. But as much as I wish today's video was all about Jar Jar Binks, it really isn't. I just wanted to mention him because, well, he is probably my all-time favorite Star Wars character. However, today's video is a Star Wars related topic, and it's not even really a full video. It's kind of more a heads up, somewhat of an announcement for those of you guys that are patiently waiting for the sequel to Jedi Fallen Order, which was a video game that was released in 2019 for PlayStation 4 and Xbox One. Star Wars Jedi Survivor, which was supposed to release on March 17th of this year, has now been pushed back all the way to April 28th. So you will definitely have to wait about 6 more weeks to get your big sausagey fingers on this game. According to the tweet posted by the official page for this video game, there were still a few issues that they had to iron out. It seems like they still had some bugs that they had to address. And overall, as I mentioned in the tweet, they just had to polish everything out, make sure everything was smooth on launch day. So before you start trying to force choke the creative team behind this video game, and before you whip out your lightsabers and your blasters, just know that the delay actually has a very significant purpose. They're only trying to give you the best version of the video game that they possibly can. Most noticeably, we saw a little bit of a delay as well announced for the Hogwarts video game that's supposed to be hitting very soon. So that's another perfect example of another big studio doing something similar. Only time will tell if that delay will be enough for either of those franchises. The one big advantage that this game has over the Hogwarts game is that the Hogwarts will be available, I believe, on the older gen consoles as well, whereas the Fallen Order sequel will only be available on the newer generation of consoles. So they don't have to deal with all the issues of trying to port the video game on 2 different generation of consoles. But still, regardless, hopefully this is good news. Usually when there are some minor delays, it just means you're going to get a better product, but that isn't always guaranteed. It could be a foreshadowing of a lot of different problems that could arise later. But as I mentioned, that's all pure speculation because we don't really have any concrete evidence of that. We did see some gameplay. We've seen some great trailers and some new intriguing features, such as the combat system, which seems to be a lot more intricate and complex, which I personally think will definitely add another layer of intrigue to the game. Not to mention, we've already seen Cal in the animated universe, and there are some rumors that he could potentially have a live-action project in the works. We also know some big mainstay characters have already made appearances in the game, so it's exciting to think of a prospect where we could potentially see maybe some big-time Jedis making appearances in the Star Wars gaming universe. So as I mentioned, we will finally get the finished product on April 28th, which is the official release date for the Fallen Order sequel. But as I always say, let me know in the comment section what you guys think. I'm very curious to hear your thoughts. Do you like the idea of these delays happening? Do you think that this could potentially be like red flags getting thrown up by the studio? Or do you really think everything is okay and they're just putting the finishing touches on what could potentially be maybe one of the biggest Star Wars game in recent history? Let me know in the comments section. Stay safe out there. Stay tuned. We have a lot more gaming news coming at you guys. Thank you for tuning in. I'll see you guys soon.